welcome back. It's Tasha here. I am here today with a Chatty Get Ready with Me where I'm going to talk about some of the things that I use to kind of keep my migraines at bay or help when they get really bad. So if that sounds interesting to you, please stick around. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that are new here, my name is Tasha, and on my channel I do makeup unboxings, makeup try-ons on reviews, and really anything related to makeup. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please consider subscribing. It really would make a big difference to me. Without any more talk, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the video. So a couple things that I learned on my last video. Number one, you can hear my air conditioner when it's on, so I apologize for that. It is off today, so we are a little bit warm in here, so forgive any kind of glistening. It is because it's pretty hot here. Number two, I am definitely not a doctor. Please do not take any of the things that I say today as advice that you're given from a professional. These are just what I've found work for me personally. As with anyone who has migraines over a long time or a lot frequently, you will find that you will build kind of an arsenal of things that really work well for you. And I'm just presenting these as options in case there are things that you may not have tried personally. I hope that it helps. I really want to share because this has been such a struggle for me. And I feel like I hear more and more from people that they're having more frequent migraines, and I don't know if it's from all the stress of everything, because sometimes that makes a difference, or what's going on. So just sharing, and I am going to kind of try and get ready. This is my first time doing this, so please forgive me. I do already have my base on because I have so many things to talk about. This video is already going to be quite a lengthy video. So let's jump in, no more talk. I'm going to go ahead. So foundation is on. I did powder my under eyes. However, I am going to go ahead and use my bronzer, and I'm not going to talk a lot about the products. They're all products that I have used before in a video or gotten from BoxyCharm, so we won't talk a lot about them. But I am going to talk while I work about things for migraines. So for me, unfortunately, I have had migraines since I started my period, so since puberty. Initially, they weren't as bad as they are now. You know, I'd get maybe once a month. I have done an elimination diet. I have done everything that you can think of. I've been to multiple doctors, multiple neurologists. I have tried every drug known to mankind that can work for me. And so because of that, and a lot of them don't work for me, and recently the amount of migraines that I'm having, as well as the intensity of the pain, have just gotten worse and worse, to the point where about 6 months ago I started Botox, and that did help some. Ooh, sorry. But prior to that, I was having probably 20 to 30 migraine days a month, to the point where you can't function like that. You just can't. It just doesn't work. So anyways, along this journey, I have found that for me, there are no real consistent triggers other than time of month and weather. Otherwise, it could be anything and everything. So because of that, some of the things that I have found that really, really work are, for me, heat doesn't work for my migraines. I know for some people heat works, but ice really works. So there are two amazing ice packs that I have, and I know this sounds like a crazy thing to talk about, but it does make a difference. So first one I got at like TJ Maxx. It was super, super inexpensive. I have several ice packs, so I just keep them in the freezer and I rotate them. So first one is this one. And I know it goes on like this. However, I typically don't use that. My migraines are focused on the left side, and I actually will put it around like this so that it will cover the majority of the area where I'm having a lot of pain, as well as kind of block some of the light. It's awesome. Invest in it. It makes a big difference. Next ice pack that I have, I ordered off of Amazon. I don't have an Amazon store or anything like that, but I will put everything in the description so y'all know kind of where to get it and what it looks like. So it is a huge, huge, huge one that kind of wraps all the way around the neck. I use this at night and I sleep on it. It lasts really well. I can lay on it without a problem. It does have a covering on the outside that you can wash so that it helps kind of protect your skin so you don't get an ice burn from it. Best ice pack I have ever bought. It was like $15 or $18 on Amazon. I have a dog hair on my face, sorry, that's why I keep reaching. Best thing I have ever invested in. Go get you one, even if it's just for knee or neck pain. It is great. It really, really works. I'm going to just powder so I can keep moving on with the face. The next thing that I found is supplements and diet for me. So like I said, I have tried an elimination diet. Doesn't really work really well for me. So what I have found is that there are supplements that I take that do help. So the first one I get off of Amazon, it's called Migraines. And in it, it has B6, folate, B12, magnesium, feverfew, butterbur, coenzyme Q10, ashwagandha, and black pepper. And so they, I know I say they a lot, but if you look on the internet, they have done studies that show that high dose Bs typically or can potentially help migraine sufferers, as well as feverfew, butterbur, coenzyme Q10, because of all of the mechanisms and the processes that go along with migraines. Those specific ones tend to help, particularly magnesium. If you are deficient in magnesium, that will increase the frequency of your migraines. And so because of that, I have lots of products with magnesium in it that I take that do seem to help me. The other thing in here is the ashwagandha. The ashwagandha is something that kind of helps with stress management. It helps decrease all of the bad things that are going on in your body. So definitely makes a difference. This is a little more expensive. It is, I think, about $28 or $30. And there are 60 pills in here, but you take 2 a day. For me, I actually take 3 or 4 a day. I just have it on an auto ship from Amazon, so it's cheaper. I do think it makes a difference. The next thing that I take is potassium. So this is something that I would suggest you not take without checking with your doctor, because you can actually end up with too much potassium that affects your kidneys and your liver. So please, please, please don't take potassium without checking with your doctor. However, they have done studies and found that there is a mechanism for people who have migraines that potentially don't convert and use potassium as well, so you end up being a little deficient in it. And that's why some of those home remedies say take the cream of tartar and put it under your tongue when you have a migraine. That's potassium, almost straight potassium. So same idea, a potassium supplement kind of helps with that. So I started this several months ago when I kind of have done some research, and I keep researching to stay up on all of this stuff. I do think that this helps for me as well. But again, please check with your doctor before you take stuff. While we're talking, I'm going to go ahead and put on my blush real quick. And this blush palette I love, but I do need to use a very light hand because, ooh-wee, it is some pigmented blush, but beautiful. I mean, just beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and take the highlighter out of here as well. Just mix those together, and same thing, this highlighter is just gorgeous, but boy oh boy is it pigmented. You do have to be careful. I don't need too much highlighter because I am glistening already, so we'll stop there. And then we'll work on eyes in just a second. I'm going to go on to the next thing that is more of a supplement type product. This is candied ginger. I do have a supplement ginger as well that I take, but they have done studies that ginger in the right dose can be as effective when you have a migraine or when one is coming on as sumatriptan, which is Emitrex. I do think that it makes a difference. So when I'm having a bad couple of weeks, I take candied ginger or my ginger supplement every morning, and if I'm feeling really bad, in the evening as well. I do think it makes a difference. It does help with the nausea as well, and the nausea is a big thing that I suffer with my migraines. So definitely invest in this, even if it doesn't help the frequency of your migraines. it will help your nausea, which will kind of calm everything down. I find that Trader Joe's is the best and the least expensive. However, you can get dry ginger, candy ginger, ginger tea, any of those things to help with that. We're going to work on eyes while I talk. For me, kind of what came first, the chicken or the egg? My left side of my neck is very, very, very tight because of the migraines. And again, all kinds of studies that they find that people with migraines tend to have tighter cervical and upper shoulder areas. And again, can't figure out what came first. Is it the migraines and then you tighten up, or are you tight and that causes the migraine? It's kind of a vicious cycle. So certainly that's why they say things like acupuncture and massage can help for some people. For me, acupuncture did help some. However, the cost for it and the amount of times that you have to go, typically they recommend that you go 2 to 3 times a week to help manage the pain, at $80 to $120 each visit, depending on where you are and kind of how long, what you get, those kind of things. It's not realistic. It's not realistic for me to afford that much. And for most people, it's not. You know, maybe once or twice a month for that cost is a little more realistic for most people. But to do 2 or 3 times a week, every week, I mean, oh my goodness, how do you even do that? So because of that, I have found a couple of things that are kind of similar to acupuncture that do help. And so the first one, again, Amazon is my jam. I should be banned from Amazon because I spend way too much money. The first thing is an acupuncture mat. And so that's the brand. It is one of the best ones that I have tried because you do have to be careful with some of these. It's going to be loud for a second, sorry. And I'll show you what it looks like. It comes with a pillow as well as a small mat that you lay on. And so I'm going to show you the pillow. Okay, sorry about that. My camera died while I was recording. So while I was off screen, I did my eyebrows, and then I just finished up the eyes. I was using this Royalty palette. I just kind of took this and this in the very outside corner to darken it up, this all over the eye for the shiny, and then you saw the other colors that I used. So we'll kind of move on as we were talking. So I was talking about relaxing muscles in that neck area to help manage some of the pain. So this acupuncture mat got from Amazon, and there are a couple of different types. So you do have to be careful with which ones you buy, because the points on the mat sometimes can be too big, and they're made out of plastic. They are. This is something you're going to need to get used to if you decide to get it, because it's not like it's. There is a little discomfort with it at times. Not hurt, but you could feel the points. Okay. So some of these mats that you buy, the points are not small enough, or they're just a weird shape so that it actually hurts, and you can't tolerate it. So just be careful which one you buy. Look at the reviews. This one has been great. It wasn't super expensive. I think it was $25 for the pillow. The mat, and I know I won't fit it all in the screen, but it's one that you lay on. It's about big enough for your back. It goes from your chest to down to your bottom, and then that carrying case that it came out of. I typically, when it's really bad, will lay on this. Those puppers are outside barking, tearing it up. Will lay on this for about 10 or 15 minutes, depending on how long I can tolerate it, longer if I can. And while I'm on this, I will do some nice deep breathing and try and focus on kind of relaxing this side of my neck and my head. For me, some of the migraine pain also is down here at this bottom area. And so this actually really helps because it gets right in there in that back part and kind of gives that pressure on there. So definitely in general for relaxation, it's a great investment. Even if you don't have migraines, I would consider looking into that because it just helps, and very similar to acupuncture, It's that acupressure idea, and it helps stimulate those spots to calm everything and kind of decrease the stress. Another item that I get and use every single day is this Ease Magnesium Spray. So let's talk about magnesium sprays for a minute while I do my eyelashes. Magnesium sprays help overall with general health as well as with relaxation and increasing your magnesium. The body absorbs it and utilizes it better than a magnesium supplement most times. However, most magnesium sprays are put in or use oil to be the, not the binder, but the carrier for the magnesium. Sorry, I couldn't think of whatever. And so I have used magnesium oil sprays before, and they itch so bad, they'd like to drive me insane. I've tried all different kinds. I do not like a magnesium oil spray. I have tried several magnesium sprays that are put into water or alcohol or those type of things. And those sprays also cause me to itch. This is the only magnesium spray that I have found that does not make me itch and drive me crazy. And in the solution in here, it is 100% pure solution of magnesium chloride, hexadrate, and purified water. Literally, that's it. It is a little expensive. I won't lie. It's about $38 a bottle. Again, I have this on auto ship on Amazon so that I get a little bit of a discount. But I take this and it says that in the evening, suggested use, spray onto your skin or onto your palm and smooth in. Use 30 to 50 sprays per day. For me, this actually helps me relax and helps me sleep. So at night, I will spray it all down both sides of my neck, in the front and in the back, as well as on my shoulder areas where I'm feeling tight. And then I'll kind of rub it in, and it does make such a huge difference for me, not only for how tight my muscles are, but for the quality of my sleep, which also is something that suffers when you're a migraine sufferer. That was a lot of sufferers there. At any rate, great product, definitely recommend. Along with that, just letting that CoverGirl primer dry, we're going to put this Essence is the mascara I'm using. Along with that, they also recommend or say that sometimes once a week, twice a month, that you do an Epsom salt bath soak. And so some people actually use it for detoxification to help kind of get some of the bad things out. Epsom salt is also, or does also, have quite a bit of magnesium in it. So that's what helps with that relaxation and kind of helps with the overall getting that magnesium into your body quicker so that your body can utilize it. So I do have a couple of things that I use in my bath. So I get the water pretty warm. I don't want it to be scalding, obviously, but I get it as warm as I can tolerate. And then into the bath, I add a couple of different things. So this is Ancient Minerals Magnesium Bath Flakes. This literally is just magnesium chloride. I will add a good bit of this to the bath water. Again, it helps with the magnesium into the body. It really helps with detoxification and overall health. I will also mix in, so my favorite or my preference is Village Naturals Therapy, and they have a couple of different kinds. So these are enhanced foaming Epsom salts, as well as, depending on what not flavor, but whatever, depending on what kind you get, sorry, my brain, it will have other things in it. So this one is a aches and pains muscle, and it actually has the Epsom sea salt, it has the menthol, as well as eucalyptus and spearmint. Menthol, so biofreeze, that kind of thing, has been shown, and that smell has been shown to help, just like peppermint or those kind of things, that eucalyptus, that spearmint, to help decrease the intensity of your migraines. So I do use some of this in it, and this kind of foams up a little bit and gives it a relaxation, bubble bath-y type of feel. I do also use the lavender one of this. Again, lavender has been shown to relax, to help everything kind of calm down, help your system calm down. And when you're in the midst of a migraine, everything is just up. Your temperature's up, your blood pressure is up, you can't control if you're hot or cold, you just feel like caca-doo-doo. Sometimes it's hard to find the lavender soap for this, so this time I have the Dr. Teal's pure Epsom salt with the lavender included in it. I definitely prefer this brand versus this brand, and typically I get this brand either at Walmart or you can order it online in Target. The Target by me doesn't actually carry it. But definitely in my bath makes a big difference. Then on top of that, I will add some essential oils to my bath. Frankincense, which is known to help with pain management and help with keeping you youthful, I will add to the thing, as well as ginger, which again helps with, just like that sumatriptan, helps with that pain management, helps decrease everything. And again, you're really trying to get that relaxation. So balancing that dopamine, that serotonin, trying to work on all those different aspects of your body to help decrease the pain and kind of calm everything down. I will sit in that bath for 20-30 minutes as long as I can tolerate it. When it's really, really bad, I will take an ice pack and either put it across my head or across the back of my neck while I'm in that hot bath, because again, they're not exactly sure of all the mechanisms of migraines, but there is some idea of that vasodilation, vasoconstriction. So blood vessels get really, really big and enlarged and then get really, really tight and small and kind of affect the blood flow and all of those things all around. So when you do the hot and cold, that does change your dilation, constriction, so that enlargement getting smaller depending on what you apply, hot or cold. The other thing that I use that is essential oil related is this Forces of Nature Migraine Roller Ball. They do have one that's a dropper as well. These are a little harder to find. Sometimes I will find them in TJ Maxx or Home Goods, but it is a mix of several different essential oils that you can just roll onto your skin. Of course, for mine, the ingredients have rubbed off, but sesame oil is the carrier oil in here. There is lavender, chamomile, rosemary, as well as other oils that I can't see because it's rubbed off the ingredients. If you smell it, what you smell is the lavender. There is a little bit of a peppermint smell, so I imagine peppermint is that other oil in there. And basically you take it with a roller ball and you apply it to where your pain is. So around here on the temples, down here in the back. It is an essential oil, so please make sure you're getting a good grade so that you can apply it topically so that it doesn't break you out, as well as understand it is oil. So if you put it in your hair, it may get a little greasy. But again, at that point, you're hurting so bad, you really don't care. Next thing that I have is Zim's Max Arnica Rub. So there is some menthol in here. There is arnica, which helps with muscle pain, muscle tightness, those kind of things. Arnica is a great homeopathic remedy to apply to muscle bruises, strains, those kind of things. Definitely after a really hard workout, if there's an area that you're really sore at, if you have an area that you consistently have a sprain or pain, arnica is the way to go. This is a roller ball. You just take it, and so for me, I rub it all down my side. I rub it on my back. I will use it because it is a pretty good, it's pretty strong. Strong is not the right word, but it's not going to break. I will use this actually as a pressure to those areas in my back. And sometimes I'll actually use a tennis ball against the wall to massage those areas that are really tight. So definitely recommend this. I got this at Walmart years ago. You can get it online. Certainly awesome thing. The other thing that I find with migraines, and they have done lots of studies, is that dehydration tends to be a big issue. So dehydration either is the precursor to or actually can trigger a migraine, Or when you have a migraine, you can become dehydrated because you feel like caca, you're throwing up. I have found that if I carry this with me, and I actually got this at the Costco, there were 2 for like $15. They keep everything cold. It's a nice big size. I did find a little straw that goes in here, but this actually closes and screws shut. The handle works really well and doesn't break easily. I carry this around to remind myself, drink, drink, drink. Super important, stay hydrated. It'll help you so much. And then the very last thing that I invested in is a buckwheat pillow. And I got this off of Amazon. It is a little more expensive, so I think it was about $45 for this pillow. Buckwheat does not smell, and it is actually little beads, and not beads, but little pieces of buckwheat. You do have to adjust the pillow so it comes very, very full, and then depending on what you like, so I'll show you if I can actually get it in there. So they're just little itty bitty pieces of buckwheat. They're not super hard, so they don't hurt, but they conform to your neck. That is one of the other things that I find sometimes with sleeping on a regular pillow. I just had so many issues when I woke up with migraines, with neck. I do think this has helped. It is considered hypoallergenic. So it also doesn't have a smell like some of those memory foam pillows do. However, as you can hear, there is a little bit of a sound to it. So that is something to get used to. But I feel like this with a silk pillowcase has made such a difference for the quality of my sleep. Again, sleep is such an important, huge thing for people who suffer from migraines. If you're not sleeping, you're going to feel crappy. If you're not sleeping in general, you feel crappy. Your immune system is down. Everything is off. You are off the chain crazy. This has made a difference for the quality of my sleep. I have talked about so many things, and I understand that, but I just wanted to share all of these things with you guys to kind of help give people a solution not only to migraines, but also just in general stress relief and stress management. And so a couple of other last things that I do. So one of the things that I do for my phone is I keep my phone on the nighttime setting all of the time. And so that nighttime setting affects the color of the screen and makes it a more yellow tint. For migraine sufferers, they have found that either from computer or from phone or any of those kind of screens, sometimes that blue light will cause or potentially could cause a migraine. It also causes eye strain. It causes all kinds of different things, and we know that blue light is not the best for us. They have all kinds of different foundations and skincare that promise blue light blocking properties to help manage all of that, to decrease how quick you age, all of those things. When I keep it on that nighttime setting all the time to decrease that blue light, it helps my eyes feel less strained. It just overall is better. And then there are 2 apps that I use consistently on here that help me with relaxation and with overall meditation. And again, they have found that with people who suffer from either high stress, from migraines, from frequent headaches, doing things that help encourage stress relief and stress management is a big portion of managing those things. And so one of the things that I use is Headspace. It is a paid app, so you do have to actually pay a subscription for it. You can do like a 30-day trial for free to see if you like it, but basically it has all different kinds of guided meditation. So it is a guided meditation that you play that will help you. There is even one specifically for sleep to help you kind of relax and go to sleep. And there's one specifically for pain and kind of working through and managing that pain. For me, I don't find the pain ones as effective, but I do find when I use this on a daily basis, overall it helps me manage my stress and kind of stay a little calmer. And the calmer I stay, the more able I am to manage my stress, the lower my threshold is for triggering a migraine. So the more that I can do to decrease that threshold so everything doesn't send me into a migraine, the better that it is. And then the other app that I use on here is actually and this one I know some people are going to be like, what in the world? Is kind of it's called HypnoBox. I do not pay for this, although you can. This actually has, again, kind of guided meditation ones, but more along the lines of kind of going into a more hypnotized, you never get hypnotized, so don't think that, but into kind of a zoned out state. There are ones in here specifically that are free for better memory, for relaxation, for restful sleep, as well as pain. The one in here for pain does help me when I have a migraine. It's not perfect, but when I feel one coming on, if I do the one for pain, specifically even one for migraine, it does help me manage or decrease that intensity. And then the very last thing is I do try to do yoga. I am not as good at doing that consistently, but there are tons of free yoga videos on YouTube. Yoga with Adrienne is my absolute favorite. Look her up. She has ones for headaches, for stress, for flexibility. Again, that yoga and teaching breathing in, breathing out, control of your body, relaxation definitely helps. Again, so not a doctor. Please don't take any of these things as complete solutions, but they are potential suggestions for those of you who are suffering from all the stress right now, who are suffering from migraines, headaches, those kind of things. I hope some, even if one of these could help you, I would be super, super happy, and I wanted to share all of that with you all. Thank you so much for taking time to join me today. This is something that I definitely am very passionate about. Please drop me a line, any questions, any comments. I would love to have a discussion in the comment section about any of this if you guys have questions for me. And I can't wait to see you in my next video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please stay safe, take care of each other, and stay zen. I'll see you later.